Hey tarot lovers, it's been a while since I uploaded a podcast, so I thought I better get my butt upstairs and post a podcast lest you feel that I fell off the face of the earth. Of course, if you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you will know that is absolutely not the case. I'm going to try to speak louder on my podcast. I saw a wonderful review on iTunes saying that they love my podcast, but I talk too softly and they just want to hear me. I was like, oops. I was so concerned about popping my P's and maybe overwhelming people that I was a little quiet. So I'm going to try to speak a little louder. Also, thank you to those who have liked my podcast on Podbean who have sent me messages. But I have to tell you, I can't answer your messages on Podbean. And it's a really crazy setup. With Podbean, I can sign up through the dashboard for their services and pay for them. And I can also upload my podcast, but I cannot respond to those who leave me messages. I know it's not nuts. I have to have a special app for that, and we don't use smartphone apps. We rarely use our smartphone. Most of the time, what my husband and I do is we use our smartphone to talk on lunch. When he's on lunch from work, and we just say, hey, babe, how you doing? Check in with each other. I ask him what to bring home from work to go to the grocery store. So I just want to let you know, if you've sent me a message and kind words, thank you so much. And the only reason I haven't replied is because I can't. But if you want to get in touch with me, please feel free to email me through my website, janetboyer.com, or send me a private message on Facebook at my Tarot Maven Janet Boyer account. Well, today I got some really, really exciting, great news. Today is August 15, 2018. And my publisher, Dodona Books, an imprint of John Hunt Publishing out of the UK, said, oh my God, my upcoming book, Naked Tarot, is in the warehouses of both the United States and the United Kingdom. So get this. As an experiment back in March, I pre-ordered my own book, I know, Naked Tarot, even though I was going to get, a dozen or so copies from my publisher, author copies, but still, I did want to do an experiment. Never pre-ordered my own stuff to see how it works. So anyway, through Book Depository, which had, at the time, a really crazy, insane, lower price for my book. So I thought I'd do an experiment, pre-order it in March and see what happened, right? Well, the projected release date of Naked Tarot was supposed to be September 27th. But then I saw on Amazon September 7th, and I got a notice from my publisher today that they're in all the warehouses ready for distribution to booksellers. And wouldn't you know, 2 hours later, Book Depository emails me and says that Naked Tarot is on its way. So, guys, if you haven't pre-ordered my Naked Tarot yet, you really have to go do it. Right now, bookdepository.com, which ships free worldwide, has the cheapest price. It's around $33 some. But you can also pre-order it, of course, from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, through your local bookseller, what have you. I think Amazon has it for $36 something, so it's cheaper to go through bookdepository.com. And just in case you're wondering, my gosh, why is it so expensive? Well, let me just say that my book is 451 pages long, and it's jam-packed. In some ways, it's kind of like 3 books into one, because not only are you going to have in-depth overviews of every card and different areas, including spirituality, romance, parenting, the only tarot book that has addressed parenting in terms of card advice and what have you, but you also have extensive correspondences for every card. And then I also have created a special tarot spread for every card that encapsulates kind of the meaning and the import of that particular card. So in some ways, it's like 3 books in one. And I'm actually almost done writing the companion book to our Coffee Tarot book. I know, confusing, having 2 books coming out in September. Now, the Coffee Tarot Companion, I'm self-publishing, but it's going to be beautiful. My friend, colleague, fellow tarot deck designer, Craig Conley, is designing my book for me. And so I literally have 6 cards to go, and I'm writing some cool games in there, like hide and seeks, and which cards have this and that. and I'm going to be doing special spreads for that. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say that I happen to be looking at the chapter that I'm writing about in the Coffee Tarot Companion, which is the Page of Earth, but in Naked Tarot, it's Page of Coins. And I was just looking through it, and oh my gosh, I read the part in the romance department, and I had to shut the book. I got so embarrassed. I know. But let me go back to the Naked Tarot real quick about pre-ordering. If you've pre-ordered it, there's a chance you're going to have it within the next 2 weeks. So, oh my God, right? And so if you do get it, please share pictures of it online and make sure you tag me so I see it, and use the hashtag Naked Tarot. But if you haven't pre-ordered it yet, please do it today or as soon as you are financially able, because it lets the publisher know that you are interested in me as an author, and it'll make me very happy. So anyway, I was looking at the Page of Coins chapter, which is the one I was writing for the Coffee Tarot. And I just happened to look at the romance section, and I could not believe my language. I'm so bad, so very naughty in Naked Tarot, Sassy Stripped Down Advice. You know, when I write books, I channel the spirit of the book, and they're not all the same. Just like I feel the spirit of the card, and that's why some of the difficult cards, like the Three of Swords or Five of Cups or Five of Swords or things like that, can be a little more challenging to write sometimes than the positive cards, because I actually feel the mood come upon me. I try to think about how it feels to experience it and how it would look like, and you know, because I want to make sure that I'm just not giving intellectual advice. I'm giving real world advice. And I also draw on my own personal experience, which has had its share of tragedy and heartache and challenges. So Naked Tarot was actually a very difficult book to write. It was exhausting spiritually, emotionally. It took me years to write, and it was a super big challenge. But because it was Naked Tarot, and this is how I pitched it, it was a very street-level book. Now, I pitched this book, and I got the book contract clear back in 2012 or 13. So this was way before this new rash I see of modern tarot books trying to be all hip and street smart and everything. Well, at the time, there was none on the market like that, and so I pitched it and got the book contract, and of course I had to blab about it because I can't keep my mouth shut sometimes. And so other people, I guess, started jumping on the wagon of trying to be like really hip and raw. But the spirit of this book is extremely street level. It is brutally honest. It cuts people out on their bullshit. And so I thought I would just read a whole chapter for you guys. And I don't think you'll be bored. Make sure you stick with me, because once I get to the romance section, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep reading it without dying laughing. Oh no, I'm already getting red. I'm so glad that you can't see my face. I'm getting red just thinking about it. I drop F-bombs in this book. Yeah, my publisher allowed me. I mean, isn't that awesome? Oh God, do I love them. I love this publisher so much, John Hunt Publishing, and I'm signed with their divination imprint, which is Dodona Books. And when I pitched it and they approved it, a couple of the evaluators said, well, I'm not so sure some of this language is necessary, but they didn't tell me not to. And so I did, and oh my gosh, it's pretty salacious sometimes, and I'm red right now thinking about it. But I was so into it, and into the spirit of Naked Tarot, and into the spirit of the book. I made sure I didn't hold anything back, and of course it's not going to be dry, and it's not going to be your typical tarot book. But I wasn't crude just to be crude. I feel like I did that, some of the crudeness or the language judiciously. Because I think sometimes spiritually we get lulled, especially by platitudes and overly positive things. And believe me, there's nothing wrong with being positive and optimistic and joyful and loving, and that's high vibration, that's high vibe. But I feel like a lot of times we can't get to the high vibe state unless we take care of our own shit. You know, our ego, our assumptions, our unquestioned beliefs, our attitudes, our hatred, perhaps, towards some people, unforgiveness, resentment, jealousy, So Naked Tarot is kind of, I feel it like a wake-up call. It's a spiritual call to rise up higher. But you can't do that until you're raw and real and you're in the mud first, I think. So I think it's going to be offensive. I hope so. Only offensive to those who really crave truth. I mean, if you're a prude and you're puritanical and you like your traditional stuff and you're into pearl clutching and pursing your lips and tisking, then don't even think about getting Naked Tarot. But if you're tired of the same old bullshit and you're tired of yet another book out there on the Rider-Waite and on Pixie, God bless her soul, she did good, but Jesus help us. Can we please move on past Rider-Waite and past perverted Uncle Al? So Page of Coins. I'm going to read this chapter for you, okay, guys? Oh, and if you have kiddies around, put your headphones on. You don't want to be playing this at work. Probably, unless you're in a tattoo shop, you work at a tattoo shop or something. You don't want any kiddies around, and yeah, so don't be playing this in your car, when you pick up the kids from school or something. I think school's about ready to come in. I'm not sure. I think it's getting about that time. But it's funny, talking about school because Page of Coins, and I was writing this in the Coffee Tarot Companion, that no other card, in my opinion, says back to school like the Page of Coins. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read the chapter now. So this is from my book, Naked Tarot, and this is the Page of Coins chapter, which I've titled, Be Prepared. Stripped down overview. Trustworthy, studious, and serious, these always prepared Boy Scouts do their homework, clean their room, and help out with chores, all without being told. Sharpened pencils in pockets, alphabetized books on shelves, and color-coded clothes in closet. These pages tend to have a narrow range of preferences, making them picky about food, fabrics, and temperature. Chapped hands testified to their avid use of antibacterial products, while their check-recheck loop borders on OCD. Early enterprises like lemonade stands, babysitting gigs, and snow shoveling services hint that they may very well grow up to be big business king of coins, especially since they're savers, not spenders. Their cautious, rather be safe than sorry nature contributes to labels like stick in the mud or party pooper. Usually quiet and polite to a fault, you'll not find a better friend or someone to take the blame. Keywords for the Page of Coins: student of finances, developing property, learning about wealth, curious about the body, exploring the environment, naive about spending, immature with responsibility, learning to be grounded, kinesthetic development, delivering possessions, preparing to exercise, searching for money, wondering about resources, asking for an allowance, requesting resources, immature development, vulnerable to illness, studying anatomy, experimenting with food, vulnerable with loyalty, playing with investments, searching for security, childlike caution, and messages from or about the body. Personifications and embodiments for the Page of Coins: Mary Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie, Cinderella, Dudley Do-Right, Raleigh Jefferson from Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, Ken Jennings, he's the that perpetual Jeopardy contestant that kept winning, and now he writes books and things, Eagle Scouts, Girl Scouts, Howard Sprague from Mayberry RFD, Eeyore, Mr. Snuffleupagus, and Mr. French from Family Affair. Quote, "If I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend 6 sharpening my axe." From Abraham Lincoln. Nickname for the Page of Coins: Dutiful Danielle. The challenge of this card: variation. The gift: consistency. Occupations and vocations that seem to embody the Page of Coins: Eagle Scout, student, butler, crossing guard, sports medicine, health teacher, food taster, tour guide, accountant, bank teller, and grant writer. Disney totem: Russell from the movie Up. Animal symbol: squirrel. Flower essences: Crabapple from Bach, Sturt Desert Rose from the Australian bush, this is his. Crystal Stone, Goshenite, which is also called colorless beryl because it promotes efficiency, perseverance, and discipline. It makes one goal-oriented. It aids intensive learning, and it encourages a careful, systematic approach. Aromatherapy, patchouli. The body parts, systems, and health issues associated with Page of Coins: developmental delays, learning disorders, PDD, NOS. Mystical messenger, Gabriel of the Sorrowful Mother. Sabian symbol, Aries 20, a young girl feeding birds in winter. Writing prompt, the Boy Scouts create a new controversial badge. Affirmation, I am careful with my possessions and resources. Strength Finders 2.0. The next few are going to be personality systems that I've categorized every court card. So for the Strengths Finder 2.0, consistency, includer, and responsibility. For Cattell's 16PF, rule consciousness. The Enneagram, Type 1, Type 3, Type 6 wing 5 phobic, and Type 9 with a 1 wing. Answer, diligent, sage, and kinsman. Myers-Briggs Kersey, ISTJ, the dependable. Beneficial traits of the ISTJ in the Page of Coins: dutiful, loyal, and trustworthy, upholders of laws and traditions, model citizens involved with the community, cautious, careful, and consistent. Detrimental traits: stingy with both money and praise for others, unquestioned compliance and conformity to authority or rules, disapproving of those without high principles or convictions, studious and serious to the point of eschewing fun or frivolity. Naked advice for the Page of Coins. Okay, first we'll do the career. Going back to school, enrolling in an online program, studying text from your field, or taking classes. One or more of these are indicated when the Page of Coins shows up. The difference between a promotion or whole new career trajectory depends on your willingness to learn and expand your skill set. Okay, here's the thing that made me get a little embarrassed. Okay. Romance. Often shy and reserved, this delicate dandy needs taken by the hand and shown the ways of romance and seduction. A careful, considerate lover, he may need told what to do and where you like it, so be patient and gentle. Once he knows his way around tit and twat, oh my God, you'll thank your lucky stars that you took him under your tittling tutelage. How's that for alliteration? Oh my God, I'm getting red again, and I don't think it's a hot flash. Okay, parenting. Helping old ladies across the street, serving as an altar boy, achieving Eagle Scout, earning a scholarship. In many ways, you have the model child. However, because he's not one to make waves, check in with him to ensure he's not being bullied by peers or burdened by the expectations of others. When quite young, stay regular with his annual checkups, so any developmental delays, learning disabilities, or hearing problems can be diagnosed early. Spirituality. You may have to stop to smell the roses, but have you taken the time to consider the flower's message to you? Pay attention to notes from the universe in the form of trees, animals, stones, leaves, metals, herbs, and soil-dwelling creatures. Look closely, listen carefully, and ask the spirits of nature to reveal their mysteries. Recommended resources for the Page of Coins: the movie The Remains of the Day, Master Hilary the Tracer by William Holman Hunt, Home from Camp by Norman Rockwell, and The Student by Norman Rockwell. The Page of Coins card layout is the Wanting What I Have spread. Card 1, what am I not appreciating or am I taking for granted right now? Number 2, what material or physical blessing needs closer inspection? Number 3, how can I increase my gratitude towards this blessing? So there you have it. That is the Page of Coins chapter for my upcoming Naked Tarot. Most of the spreads in the book, though, are actually longer than that one. That was a 3-card spread, but a lot of these spreads in here are like 6 cards, 7 cards, Some of them are, oh wow, we have a 12 card one for the 8 of Wands card, the leaving on a jet plane spread. So most of these spreads are pretty, quite a number of cards, but only a few of them have like three cards, and it just so happens that the Page of Coins was one of them. So I thought, oops, almost dropped the microphone, sorry. I need another cup of coffee. Been up all night. It's 12:30. But I thought that I would tell you guys the good news about Naked Tarot being in the warehouse. So please, if you haven't pre-ordered it, do go and do that. It's Naked Tarot Sassy Stripped Down Advice by me, Janet Boyer. And just thought I'd share a chapter with you, share my excitement. I need to get back to the computer and finish up the Coffee Tarot Companion. If you don't yet have our Coffee Tarot deck, you might want to check that out online at coffeetarotdeck.com. You can get the deck through there or through Etsy, but I'm also taking pre-orders for the Coffee Tarot Companion book. And so that is why I haven't uploaded any podcasts recently. I've been trying to get that done, and I think I'm going to have that finished written by the end of the week, hopefully. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. Again, this is Janet Boyer from the Naked Tarot Podcast. Come and visit me at janetboyer.com if you like. Send me an email if you have any questions or feedback, and I will be back soon. Bye-bye.